Okay, let's try and unpack this. In a world just overflowing with information, right? Especially, when it comes to following our favorite sports, how do you actually cut through all that noise? How do you get exactly what you want when you want it? Today, we're taking a deep dive into DAZN, that's pronounced DAZN for anyone wondering. It's a global sports streaming service, and it kind of aims to be your all-in-one platform for watching, yeah, but also playing, and even socializing around sports. So our mission today, basically to distill everything you really need to know about DAZN. We'll look at its unique offerings, some potential drawbacks too, just so you can decide if it's, the right fit for your sports viewing needs.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here, I think, isn't just that DAZN offers an alternative to cable. It's more that its direct-to-consumer model is fundamentally reshaping how we consume live sports,
Yeah.
like actually changing the game. It's a genuine challenge to the whole ecosystem of sports broadcasting. You see traditional networks kind of scrambling, and it might even be democratizing access to some of those new sports in a way we haven't really seen before. So yeah, we'll be looking at what makes it stand out, what you should be aware of, definitely, and how it actually delivers on that promise of live and on-demand access without needing cable.
Okay, so when we talk about DAZN, for someone who's maybe used to traditional cable, thinking about switching, how would you describe its sort of fundamental offering? What's the core promise?
Well, at its core, BAZN is a global sports streaming service. Simple as that, really. It's all about delivering live and on-demand sports events directly to your devices, phones, TVs, whatever. It completely bypasses the need for traditional cable or satellite TV. Think of it as a direct pipeline for sports content, straight to you.
Right. And it sounds like it goes beyond just the live games, which is pretty crucial for fans, yeah.
Yeah.
What else can people find on there?
Exactly. I mean, you can catch up on games you missed or rewatch big moments with on-demand replays and highlights. That's standard now, almost,
Yeah.
but it really broadens out from there. DZN also pushes exclusive content. Think documentaries, insider interviews, original series. And in some regions, this is interesting, you even get actual linear TV channels like Red Bull TV or Matchroom Snooker, just playing 24/7 content. Plus, they offer real-time stats and scores for games, sometimes even for games not streaming on their platform. Oh, and social features too, so you can chat with other fans, share reactions during a match.
Hmm. Now, this all-in-one vision you mentioned, watch, play, socialize, that sounds incredibly ambitious, almost too ambitious. From your perspective, how well is DZN actually executing on that, especially the play and socialize parts beyond just the streaming?
That's a great point, because yeah, the vision is comprehensive.
Yeah.
And the execution of the play and socialize bits, that's where they're still evolving, I'd say. It's a work in progress. The idea is definitely not just watching anymore. It's about building this whole experience around sports fandom. And globally, they have a really, really strong focus on combat sports, boxing and MMA mixed martial arts. They're so dominant there, it's often just called the home of boxing. But, and this is important, you got to remember that the specific sports rights vary quite a bit country by country. What you see depends heavily on where you are.
Okay, let's pivot to the user experience then. For someone who's, say, always on the go or just likes watching on their own terms, what are DZN's biggest strengths there? Accessibility, flexibility.
Oh, their device compatibility is huge. That's a major plus. You really can watch pretty much anytime, anywhere. DAZN works on a super wide range of devices. Smart TVs, obviously, game consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, streaming sticks, Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku, and of course your smartphone, tablet, computer browser. It makes watching at home or, on the train incredibly convenient.
And critically, it's a pure streaming service, right? No cable needed at all. That offers a different kind of freedom, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It lets you cut the cord completely if sports is your main thing. And you get that dual benefit. Watch live as it happens, or catch up later with the on-demand replays or highlights. Plus, they usually offer flexible subscription plans. You can opt to choose between monthly or annual options, which lets you tailor it a bit.
So, okay, it's clearly got a massive content library, especially with that strong position in boxing and MMA. But what about what happens off the live field, so to speak? Does DZN offer more than just the game itself?
Yes, definitely. Well, yeah, the portfolio is big for combat sports. They do carry other things too, like football, soccer, depending where you are, basketball, including things like NFL Game Pass internationally, courtside 1891 for basketball, NBL, also darts, snooker. But again, the specifics really depend on those regional licenses. It varies a lot. But beyond the live action, those exclusive documentaries and original shows really do enhance the experience. They offer deeper insights. And technically, the streams are generally in high definition, which is good. The user experience itself tends to be pretty positive. The interface is usually quite user-friendly, designed for quick navigation. Oh, and you can usually stream on multiple devices at once, typically up to 2 concurrent streams. Though it's worth noting, sometimes those big pay-per-view events might be limited to just one stream. Something to keep in mind.
That's interesting. So this incredible device adaptability, this reach across all these platforms, what does that level of agnosticism really mean for the user? How does it connect to bigger trends in how we watch stuff?
That's a great question, actually, because DAZN's strength really does lie in its adaptability and device agnosticism. It offers a truly modern viewing experience. It's tailored to how people, especially younger audiences, consume media today. It's basically meeting you where you are, whatever screen you happen to prefer. That's becoming the new standard, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems so. But like with any service, there are always, things to consider. The downsides. What would you say are the biggest caveats, the potential drawbacks for someone thinking about signing up?
Well, one of the absolute biggest points is the content limitations by region. This catches people out sometimes. What's available in the US might be totally different from the UK or Japan or Germany, and vice versa. It all comes down to those really complex, expensive broadcasting rights deals. So the specific sports and leagues available can differ massively depending on your location. Check first. And for some users, look, if your main interest isn't boxing or MMA, you might find the overall sports variety a bit, well, limited, especially compared to a massive traditional cable package that has everything.
That's a really crucial point. Okay, what about the cost? We talked about flexibility, but is it good value or can it get expensive quickly?
It can be a bit of a mixed bag, honestly. DAZN can be considered pricey by some, particularly if you're only really interested in a few specific events each month or year. And then there's the pay-per-view, the PPV, for those really high-profile fights or big events like a massive boxing match. DAZN often charges an additional PPV fee. That's on top of your regular subscription. And that can significantly bump up the overall cost, especially for dedicated fans of boxing or MMA. And while those flexible monthly plans offer freedom, they're usually more expensive per month than committing to an annual contract or paying